cartel with a kidnapping and murder scheme.
I said, Kenny, this is my plan. Are you in or you out?
He pounds his hand and goes, we need to do this thing.
He says, I'm in. Well, that's all I wanted to hear. I mean, my life was in turmoil. I don't give a fuck. It's me and Kenny back together again.
Mike picks me up the next morning. We went off to Avon Street. We're driving our way there. As we approach,
Kenny, you got the scanner? Let's see if the scanner works, see what's going on in the scanner.
we turn on the local scanner to listen to the local precinct. The scanner's not on a minute, and you hear suspicious car on Avon Street. There's no way of hiding that. Mike picked that up. Avon Street is 2 blocks long. It's got to be related to us.
Well, when the call came in on the scanner, he said to me, we're going to the house. I said, whoa, why would we go to the house? The block is staked out. Mike, I came all the way this far, we're going to the fucking house. I said, you go to the house, I ain't going there. So rather than stop at Avon Street, I jumped back onto the Grand Central Parkway and headed home.
We get the fuck out of there.
As I'm driving, I see cars just converging from everywhere, sort of closing in on the location behind us.
We get all the way back to my house. He decides to go home and said, all right, man, I'm gonna call you later.
And I noticed 4, 5, 6 more 10 different vehicles following me. I'm finding cars, undercover cops, every fucking where. And I'm not believing it. I went home, walked in the door, looked at my wife. She says, oh, by the way, Dory told me last night that if I never see you again, remember I love both you and Mike. I said, she said that to you? You didn't tell me this last night? She goes, well, I didn't think it was important. With that, I turned around and I heard the police cars swinging into my cul-de-sac. The noise of cars pulling into my cul-de-sac. When they walked in my door, I knew it was Kenny. How the fuck did he do this? I was already in trouble. I was already in trouble.
We decided to approach the person who appeared to be, from our information and from the Suffolk County case, the less culpable of the 2 individuals. And so we reach out to Kenny Urell's lawyer.
Kenny's attorney brings him in. I ask him his full name, what's his wife's full name. I get all the background information, and it sort of sets him at ease because now he's in a routine of answering questions. Then I throw out the name Baron Perez. And he looks at me, gets a shocked look on his face.
They did not know at that time that there's an ongoing federal criminal investigation that goes back years.
They had been taping Auto Sound City, Barron, Michael Dowd, drug transactions that Michael Dowd bodyguarded for the drug dealers. They had informants inside, the whole thing. They even had me on tape.
Kenny's attorney's going to tell him, your exposure just went from whatever the state was going to give you to now you're looking at this in the federal system. And he's going to have a come to Jesus moment.
There's a Colombian living in my house.
So the plan is to grab this guy's wife.
I said, Kenny, this is my plan. Are you in or you out?
You've literally lost your mind. We're not fucking doing that.
Kenny spoke to Marty, our lawyer.
I go to my lawyer, I let him know what's going on. He goes, you can't allow something like that to happen.
Kenny, it's Rico. You're looking at 25 years. You're going down. You have to give him up. You have to.
That was, clear that I need to start working with the DEA, and I decide to cooperate with the feds. Mike Trosso gets me a micro recorder, and at that time, 1992, a micro recorder was, that fucking big.
It was big. big enough that if you're wearing it, you're self-conscious. Like, holy crap, I got this big piece of equipment on me.
We're gonna wire your phone in case Dowd calls and talks on the phone.
Every contact, as much as possible with Michael, has to be on audio or videotape or both.
I don't want to wear it anywhere on my chest because we normally hugged each other and gave each other a kiss when we met each other. So I came up with, I'll wear it behind my calf. I got muscular calves and I'll ace bandage it.
He had it was like a little smirk. I'm like, I'm freaking out over here.
My wife's like, what could you possibly be smiling about? I'm like, I feel like a cop again.
Really? I'm just praying I get to see you again. And, you know, when I hugged him like I wasn't ever gonna see him again. That this is probably gonna turn horribly wrong.
Michael's plan was to go to the house on Avon Street in Jamaica Estates, Queens, knock on the door, deliver a bouquet of flowers, and then they were going to bring her out, kidnap her, take her to a motel, and there she would be handed over to the Colombians.
If we walked to the door with a bouquet of flowers, knocked on the door, she would probably open up to receive the flowers. So it was as simple as that. I didn't think it was a no-brainer.
On the news, I'm sitting there watching the news because I'm watching news every day because we're almost on the news every night. Totally separate story. A lady was killed and murdered because someone posed as a flower delivery person. So I'm sitting there with my wife. I'm like, oh my God, I hope Mike's not fucking watching the news now because I know he's going to want to call me and discuss it.
Yeah, I'm watching it, yeah, I know. I was gonna call you, but I figured, what's the point?
We did not change our plan. Some other woman living in Queens is not gonna not open her door for flowers. The flower thing can be used a few times. Not every flower delivery is a fucking armed robbery murder.
The recordings that Urel made were extremely helpful to prove Dowd's involvement in this crime.
We're trying to figure out exactly how we're going to grab the woman, grab any money or drugs in there, and then bring her off to the Colombians for the execution.
Where Kenny comes up with the idea that this woman was going to be delivered to Colombians and kidnapped and executed is beyond me.
Michael's lying. Kenny wore tapes. The tapes reflect that Michael planned to abduct the woman in Queens.
It was Kenny's words, never mine. Go to the tapes.
Listen to the tape.
Listen to me now. This is she'll be tied up in the back, and then if they want her, you got her in a hotel room somewhere, and that's it. Simple.
Kenny paged me in the wee hours of the morning. He says, it's happening. We're doing it in the morning.
It's happening in the morning. We should be in the house by 11.
Agents are going to go to this woman in her house, tell her, listen, your life is in jeopardy. We're going to put you somewhere safe, and we are going to stay in your house. Michael's going to come to do the abduction, and Michael's going to get arrested. Didn't happen that way.
Mike picks me up the next morning. We went off to Avon Street. As we approach,
I go, Kenny, you got the scanner?
the scanner's not on a minute, and you hear suspicious car on Avon Street.
One of the surveillance guys was parked near the house, and someone called the police on him. He identified himself, said, hey, we're DEA doing a surveillance.
There's no way of hiding that. Mike picked that up. We get the fuck out of there.
As I'm driving, I see cars just converging from everywhere.
Now my mind starts spinning. How am I going to make sure Mike doesn't relate this to me?
Kenny, how do these people know where we went? They've been following us? I don't know. Kenny, if someone said I was assuming she said Kenny, they had the whole block place you're in. And I said to you from the beginning, man, you trust these fucking guys. How do you know they're not trying to set us up? Well, how do I know? No, I thought, you know, that's why I suggested that right away. You said, no, you trust me.
The plan was DEA is going to arrest us all and take us in and make it look like I'm part of being arrested. They were, at that point, going to grab my wife and grab my kids and bring them to a hotel to keep them safe until they could figure out what to do with us after that.
Trasta called me and he said that I need to get out of the house. Got fucked up. We don't even know where Kenny is. I'm like, what do you mean you don't know where Kenny is?
My wife has bags packed at the door ready to go, waiting for the DEA to pick her up and save her.
I had to wire him, and now they're coming back?
We get all the way back to my house.
I went to go into his house. He told me, hold on, I got to check on, see if my wife is dressed. Kenny never stopped me from seeing his wife dressed or undressed. Now all of a sudden he's going to check. I was very suspicious.
Holy shit! I'm running. I grab those bags, I run as fast as I can.
My wife is thinking on the fly. She hears a car pull up in the driveway, the door's closed. She peeks out the window, sees it